Welcome to the Investing Podcast, presented by Tusk Media. Now, for your early morning look at financial news and activity in audio and video form, here's the Morning Market Mimosa.
Morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Podcast. It's Tuesday, July 12th, 2016. This is the Morning Market Mimosa. Before we get in way too deep, just know that we're going to be back for the stock market power lunch probably around noon or so, maybe a little bit earlier than that. We will not have an investing happy hour today because we've got a very special brand new type of episode coming up this afternoon. We want to make sure you guys have time to listen to it. It is called Next Level Investing. It's where we sit down and take a look at something really trendy and do a deep dive into ways that we could actually invest in that trend. So tell you a little bit more about that throughout the day, but check that out. Make sure you hit subscribe so that you see that. Let's jump into futures. Futures are up, building on record closes yesterday for the S&P 500. Right now, the Dow is up 39 basis points on a futures basis, S&P up 43 basis points, NASDAQ up 53 basis points. So everything up about 0.5%. Gold is down, as you might expect. Oil is rebounding a little bit, which is kind of nice. Oil is up about 2.5%. This morning early. So we'll see what happens when the market opens up. We'll see if we'll be able to continue to build on that record close that we saw yesterday. Again, we talked about resistance and some of the challenges that we've seen on an on and off basis really for the last 18 months. So let's see if we kind of blow through this 2100 level and where we're at. If so, 2200 might come pretty quickly for the S&P 500, or we may see a pullback. We wouldn't be surprised by either of those outcomes. So we're going to continue to kind of look for individual value opportunities on a single stock-by-stock basis. That's what we do here at Narwhal. Let's talk about a couple companies. JP Morgan announced pay increases for employees. So in effect, what they're going to do is they're going to make sure that every hourly employee at JP Morgan is making at least $12 an hour. That's a good thing. Jamie Dimon is being hailed as a hero. Just for some context, he did make $27 million last year. He is worth $1.1 billion, but I'm really excited to see their minimum wage moving from around $10.50 to $12. I guess that's a good thing. Way to go, Jamie. Way to redistribute some of that wealth. I'm sure you're not taking any of a pay cut, but hopefully the stock responds favorably. We'll see what the market thinks about that. Kind of odd pay increase while we're on that theme. Starbucks is giving all their partners and store managers what amounts to about a 5% pay increase. The weird thing about this is that Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, positioned this as a response to last week's violence and what he called a tragic week. So you had police-related incidents on both sides. Not a happy week for the country, not a good thing, not something that anyone should be enthused by. But at the same time, not really sure why that mandates a 5% pay raise. I guess Barista Lives Matters is the movement for Howard Schultz, so we'll see how that kind of continues to evolve. Seems like this was something that was probably going to be rolled out anyway, and he found a chance to maybe capture some good PR on a social movement, but really, really weird to be like, hey, police have been shooting people wrongfully, and police have been shot wrongfully. I'm going to give my baristas a raise. Kind of a weird balance of the scales right there. Don't quite understand it, but who knows? Maybe I'm missing something. Pokemon. This thing's going crazy, y'all. Pokemon Go, it's absolutely insane. That's actually what we're talking about in the podcast this afternoon. So hit subscribe. I think you guys will enjoy it. I sat down with Joseph Bell, the intern, and we talked about ways that you can invest in Pokemon Go. And we took the obvious things off the table. You can't invest in Nintendo. You can't invest just in the Pokemon company itself. You've got to actually find some longer-term trends and ways that this might actually be disruptive. So check that out. Hit subscribe. I think it's a really fun episode. In all seriousness, I think it was one of our better episodes. So it's about 35 minutes. Check that out. We will talk to you guys around lunchtime, and then we got to get ready for a huge, momentous occasion here at Narwhal Capital, our annual compliance review. It's going to be tons of fun. I wish you guys could be there with us. Alas, there's lots of non-public information that's being shared, so you're going to have to miss out on that fun. Y'all have a great morning. We'll talk to you at lunchtime.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are our professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.